I'm only 14 years old and I don't know much about life, but here's 7 things I wish I knew sooner. Number 1, be comfortable being yourself. See, a lot of people these days, they're uncomfortable being themselves. They kind of like put a mask on in front of other people, and it happened to me too. This was back when in 6th grade in primary school here in Spain. I was very shy and I was scared of being myself, but then in secondary, so like 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, I kind of started growing, and now I'm a lot more comfortable being myself, because like if you don't like me, I don't care a lot about your opinion now, and yeah, I'm more comfortable, and it's a superpower because you don't have to mask yourself. Yeah, you just, and it even builds better relationships because you're yourself, you're not faking someone, and then if your real self slips out, the relationship breaks, or yeah, so it's a superpower if you can be yourself. Now, point number 2, care less about other people's opinions. See, something that a lot of people don't realize is that people will have their own opinions of you. They will judge you no matter what, no matter if you'll do that thing you want or if you won't. It doesn't matter. See, for example, this YouTube channel, I was scared when I started it, because like, what will people in my school think? What will my parents think? And I haven't told my school yet, but yeah, what if they don't? What if they think I'm weird? I'm weird. I'm myself, so like, I'm weird anyways, and yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care that much about my opinions, about other people's opinions. This is also a story I have about this. Is also back in 6th grade, back in primary school, and basically, yeah, I was very shy, as I said, and I cared a lot about other people's opinions, but yeah, now I care less, and I actually have more friends than ever, because yeah, so what, you insulted me, I insult you, yeah, it's just fun, I don't care that much about it, and you're gonna have haters anyways, and also, they will judge no matter what you will do. Like, you will do this, they will judge you because you do it. You won't do it, they'll also judge you because you won't do it. So choose whatever you want and don't care as much about other people's opinions. Now, number 3 is don't take things too seriously. See, when I'm with friends, I may be joking around and we throw an insult. I insult you insult me back. It's just fun. And back before my transformation, in quotes, so like 6th grade, 3 years ago, this ties into my previous point, I would care a lot about other people's opinions. If someone insulted me, I'd then be like a whole month like, oh my god, he said this, he said that, how dare he. And now it's like, I don't even remember what people told me yesterday. Like, they insulted me, okay, I don't care. And for example, I'm pale, and they'll tell you, oh, you're pale. So what? That's the truth, I don't care. And this also ties with my first point about being comfortable being yourself. See, I don't care now. And for example, I have another story. In school, this was like a month ago, 2 months ago, there's this girl that is very annoying, and we kind of got into a fight. Well, it wasn't a fight, it was more like an argument. And I posted on my private Instagram account like a story of me doing 2 handstand push-ups, and she was like, oh my god, you do this, you do that, like, oh my god, so pathetic. And I was like, yeah, I do it, so what? And she literally shut up because she wasn't expecting that response. So yeah, this is also something I wish I knew a lot sooner, because yeah, it's great. And number 4, don't be afraid to say no. See, in life, a lot of people are people pleasers, and I'm not telling you to go scream at your boss, no, I won't do this, but at least if someone asks you something that you're not obligated to do, you're not obligated to do it. You can say no. It will, in the beginning it will feel a bit weird, but then as you continue doing it, it will be a lot easier, and this will actually bring you peace of mind because you won't have as much things. And then when you actually say yes to everything and you're a people pleaser, you can start resenting people because like, oh, he gives me so much work, or oh my god, they rely too much on me. Well, they do that because you accept it. And if you just reject and say no, that's all. That's, yeah, end of story. You won't have as much mental trouble, That's something I learned, and I'm still trying to implement it. I still feel a bit weird saying no to someone, but this is great if you also take things not that seriously, because it's not that deep, so it's a lot easier. Number 5, cut out the people in your life that you don't like. See, I know a lot of people who actually hang out with their toxic friends, or people that bring them down, or who seriously hurt them in the mental state. Like, they insult them, and it's not a joke. Like, they seriously insult them. Like, why are you hanging out with them? Unless you're forced in a group project or it's a coworker, you don't have to hang out with them. You can just tolerate them, but don't be friends with them if you don't like them and they're negative in your life. I also have a story about this, and it's when I switched schools from primary to secondary. It was very weird. It was scary because everybody knew each other in my new class, and I was the new kid. And I basically got adopted into a group. It was like 6 girls and I. So yeah, just from that, I was like the outlier. I felt a bit weird. And they also talk about things that I didn't know about, because it was like the friend group, and I didn't know about it, or other people, or stuff I didn't really care. And then in 8th grade, so like next year, I switched friend groups. I already had some friends, but I switched friend groups to like the guy group, like the group where there's all the guys. And I felt a bit weird. There was like this one guy who I'm really good friends still, and the others are kind of, I don't know, they're dumb. I use it in quotes, okay? They're not as mature. That's what I'm trying to say. And they're, I don't know, they do stupid things, and sometimes I also want to do those. So that's when I will get together with them. But I usually don't like, throwing markers across the classroom or stuff like that. So I don't hang out with them anymore. Now I'm with another friend group, and that's basically what I'm trying to say. Don't be afraid to cut out people, because you don't even have to go zero contact, just don't hang out with them. The next thing I wish I knew sooner is admitting responsibility. A lot of people say, but it's not my fault, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying admit responsibility, not fault. See, fault and responsibility often go hand in hand, but I don't know which book it was I read, but in one book I read this basically happened. I think it was the subtle art of not giving a but maybe it was another one. And he explained it very well, the author. Responsibility is kind of like present and future. Fault is the past. Imagine suddenly you open your door to your house and you see a baby. It's not your fault the baby's there, but it is your responsibility. See the difference? So I'm talking about admitting responsibility for the good things and for the bad things. So like, you got an A+ in your exams. I see this happen a lot in my class. They will say, "Oh my God, yes, I studied a lot. I'm so smart," etc., etc. But then, when they fail, they say, "Oh no, it's the teacher's fault. He hates me. He's a very bad teacher. He doesn't know how to explain. She just moves too quickly." See the difference? And then sometimes it's true. Sometimes the teacher explains horribly. But if 99% of the class passed and you failed, it's probably not the teacher's fault. So it's your responsibility, and you have to admit responsibility. And this doesn't have immediate benefits, but people will trust you more because you will take the responsibility for the bad things too. So then when you say something, you won't have to prove it because you've already proven yourself. So it's great for that. And my next point is more of a growing. It's more to grow, and it's going outside your comfort zone. Look, last week I had a school event that was a simulation of the European Parliament. That's because my school is a European Parliament ambassador school, so it's kind of connected with the European Union. And I had a simulation of the European Parliament, and I wanted to go. There's a lot of reasons. One of them was I skipped school, and the other one was it's actually great. It's actually a fun experience. and I was scared. And also I got the party I didn't want. So yeah, I was already kind of annoyed, and I was considering actually not going, but then I said, look, it's gonna be a growing process, it's gonna be great. I may be scared right now, but then later I'm gonna be happy I went. And also I was very scared because they were like the leaders of the group, and they were voted at the beginning, and I wanted to be one. But the leaders had to give a speech in front of like 60 people, 70, I don't know how many there were, but you can imagine my nerves were super high. I went, my nerves were super high, I was literally shaking, but then I gave the speech. It was a very fun experience. I loved it that I went, so see, before that I was scared, but now I love it. Or in November, I also had a European Parliament simulation, but this time it was in the actual European Parliament in Strasbourg. So my nerves were through the roof. I was super scared, especially because my school, there were like 24 people that went, and out of those 24, 2 had speeches prepared, like if the president of the chamber actually called you, you would talk. And I didn't get called, but I was one of the people who may have talked, so I was scared. I wasn't shaking, but oh my god, it was so scary. But then it was a great experience. I visited Strasbourg, tourism, it was great. So yeah, do things that get you out of your comfort zone, because then you'll actually be grateful for them. So yeah, those were 7 things that I wish I knew sooner. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and drop a comment sharing your stories about one of these things or another one you'd add. And also go watch this video, which you think you might like, or this one. It's an absolute banger and it's my last upload. Or if you're new to the channel, subscribe.